Okay, so what we're going to be doing is question number 2, find the product, which means multiply these out. So I'm just going to recopy it up here, 3x plus 4 times 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. Okay, so my first move, 3x times 2x squared. And that's going to give me 6x. There's one x there. There's two of them here. So it's 6x to the third. Then 3x times negative 5x. That's going to give me negative 15x squared. Then 3x times 1 plus 3x. And then 4x times 2x squared will give me 8, plus 8x squared, and then 4 times negative 5 will give me minus 20x, and then 4 times 1 plus 4. Okay, now I have to put all the terms together that are like terms. So this 6x to the third is by itself. There are no more of those, so I'll just write that one down. And then I want to combine my negative 15x squared with my 8x squared. Then I'm also going to put the 3x with the negative 20x. And we've got the 4 by itself. Okay, so these two terms will come next. Negative 15x plus 8x is going to be plus 7x squared, and that is actually not a plus, it's a minus 7x squared. Then I put the 3x minus the 20x is minus 17x, and then the 4 is all by itself, plus 4. And that is my answer. Six x to the third minus 7x minus 17x plus 4. Okay, now we're going to go on to question number 3. And this is just our properties of equality. If a equals b and a equals c, then, so a equals b and a equals c, then b equals c by substitution. So substitution, when something is equal to itself, to something else, I can switch those. Then if a equals b and b equals c, then a equals c. What property states that? Transitive. And that's kind of like what we did in the first problem, where we had this equation and we put it together, which made it equal to that. And then this one equaled that one, which means this one would also equal that. Transitive property. Okay, now that also means that if I had something like the measure of angle A equals the measure of angle B, and I had to the side here a given, which states that the measure of angle A equals 50 degrees, then by substitution I can put measure of angle A equals 50 degrees, and the measure of angle B equals 50 degrees because A equals B. Okay, now let's take a look at number 4. On these, expand, multiply, and combine terms. So when we're expanding, that means we write this twice. So x minus 5 squared means x minus 5 times x minus 5. And then we multiply it and combine our like terms. So x squared minus 5x minus 5x plus 25. Combine our like terms, and we've got x squared minus 10x plus 25. Okay, so now what we're going to do with this, and this is similar to the one on the test in the sense that we're finding all of them that are going to be the same. So we have to figure out, we multiply this one out, all of them out, and figure out which ones end up being the same. So this, we can see that this part is exactly like that. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to put a negative. This is going to equal a negative of x squared minus 10x plus 25. Now I'm going to distribute the negative sign to this, to that, and to that. What am I going to end up with? Negative x squared. Negative times a negative plus 10x. Negative times a positive minus 25. And that's what I end up with the second one. You can see that is not the same as that. Now I'm going to multiply this one out. Five minus x times 5 minus x. Okay, so when it's squared, it means write it twice. Multiply 5 times 5, 25. 5 times negative x, negative 5x. Again, negative 5x. Negative times a negative is a positive, plus x squared. Put these two together. What do I have? 25. I'm going to put this in standard form, so I'm going to take this x squared, put it first. Put those two together, minus 10x, and bring my 25 where it belongs at the end. And what's happened? This is equal to that. Now, I'm looking at this, x minus 5, and now what they do, they expanded it. It's going to be exactly like that. I don't even need to multiply it out. That is x minus 5 squared. This is x minus 5 squared. We just wrote it twice. So that is going to equal that. Now I look at this one. X minus 5, the same thing as this. And it's going to come out the same. So that one is going to be exactly the same, which means these are all by transitive property. If this equals this and this one equals that, then these two equal each other. If that equals that and that equals that, then those two equal each other. So it just works all the way through like that. Now I'm going to look at the last one. X minus 5 times, this is different. X minus 5 times 5 minus x. I don't know what's going to happen there. I'm not going to take a chance because I want to get all these answers right. Otherwise I miss the whole thing. So I'm going to multiply that out. X minus 5 times 5 minus x. And let's see what happens here. X times 5 is going to be 5x. X times negative x is going to be negative x squared. Negative 5 times negative 5 is going to give me negative 25. And then negative 5 times negative x is going to give me negative times negative, positive 5x. Okay, that is completely out of order, but I'm going to see what I got when I put it into order. This goes first. Negative x squared. What comes next, I've combined this and this. Plus 10x. And then minus 25. Do I have one of those? X squared plus 10x minus 25. What does that mean? That this one matched that one. Okay. The question on the test will be sort of a drag and drop in finding which ones are the same.
You'll be given an example. You'll have them written, multiplied out. You'll be looking at them like this, and you'll be looking at them like this. What you have to do is expand the ones that need to be multiplied and see what they match. See which equations they match. That's the first page.